At an industry event last month, this was the most upvoted question in the room. With Agentic AI now bidding and buying on our behalf, who's accountable when something goes wrong? The platform, the agency, or the algorithm? It's the right question, and shared accountability is the wrong answer. Because as someone else in that room put it, shared accountability is no accountability. Here's what people are actually worried about. Language models hallucinate. So if an agent is spending real budget, what stops it from inventing a placement, misreading a brief, or blowing through a cap at 3 in the morning when nobody's watching? The honest answer is that nothing stops it if you deploy an agent with no structure around it, which is exactly why AdCP doesn't treat governance as a policy document. It treats it as protocol. In AdCP, there's a task called check_governance. It's the universal validation gate. Before any campaign action executes, whether that's creating a buy, changing a budget, or shifting delivery, the governance agent gets asked first. And this is the part that matters. The check is binding. If the governance agent says no, the seller is required by the protocol to refuse the transaction. A spend commit that arrives without valid governance, approval doesn't get quietly waved through, it gets rejected outright. So the agent isn't operating on vibes and a prompt. It's operating inside rules you wrote, enforced by infrastructure both sides of the transaction have to respect. Here's what that looks like in practice. Say you set a $10,000 limit per action. Every action still runs through the governance check every time. Under that line, the check clears in milliseconds, and your agent keeps moving at machine speed, discovering inventory, negotiating, executing, optimizing, no meeting required. Cross $10,000 and the same check goes async instead. The transaction pauses, a human gets pinged, and nothing moves until someone approves or denies it. The agent doesn't get to argue, it waits, which also answers the velocity objection. People ask, doesn't a human in the loop kill the speed advantage? No, because the human isn't in every loop. Routine actions run at machine speed. Consequential ones escalate. You decide where that line sits, and you can move it as trust builds. Now the accountability question. Rules only matter if you can prove what happened. Every governance decision in AdCP produces a cryptographically signed token bound to the specific plan it approved. Sellers verify that signature before acting. Every step lands in an audit log you can pull after the fact. So when someone asks, why did the agent do that? The answer isn't a shrug. It's a time-stamped, signed record of what was requested, what was approved, by whom, and under which rules. That's more transparency than most programmatic supply chains offer today, where budgets disappear into intermediary layers nobody can fully explain. One more question from that panel. Will anyone audit the agent protocols themselves? Yes, and you can too. AdCP is an open specification governed by agenticadvertising.org, a nonprofit where brands, agencies, publishers, and tech providers each hold equal voting power. No single company controls it, and the spec is public's. Full disclosure. Scope 3 is a founding contributor, and the openness is the point. You can read every rule your agent operates under. So who's accountable? People are. The same people as before. The brand that sets the rules, the agency that operates within them. What's changed is that the rules are now enforced in code, checked before every transaction, and provable after it. The algorithm was never going to be accountable. The point of agentic infrastructure is that it never needs to be. Next question from those panels, and it was the most upvoted of the day. Do you have to hand over your data, your brand memory, and your sovereignty to go agentic? That's the next episode.